Hello students, welcome to my challenge, Knowledge Hub for All. In this channel, I've already told you that you will learn English literature and English language. In this channel, in addition, it will provide you knowledge, information, speeches by outstanding individuals and talks that excite and motivate. The current episodes provide an explanation of the plays written by William Shakespeare, which are in the syllabi of classes 10th and 12th, and also in the honors courses of the boards of education in many of the universities and boards of the world. As a result, the channel will be beneficial for the students in the aforementioned classes and universities or individuals in need. Line numbers 182 to A197 of Act 1, Scene 2 of Julius Caesar is explained in this video. Let us see what happens in this scene. In this scene, Julius Caesar enters in a procession. Caesar is accompanied by Antony, Calpurnia, and other individuals. During his Lupercalian run, he advises Antony to touch Calpurnia in order to cure her of her infertility. Caesar disregards a soothsayer's prediction regarding the Ides of March. Without Brutus, Cassius leaves the festival and parade. Cassius cleverly poisons Brutus's mind to use against Caesar because Brutus and Cassius trail the procession as it moves forward. When Caesar, with his train, passes again, Casca stays behind to relate to Brutus and Cassius how Antony had thrice offered a crown to Caesar, which he had thrice refused. Cassius is pleased with the outcome of his interview with Brutus. When one man, Brutus, starts to think about Rome's political decline, he starts to convince him that Caesar was in charge of anything. He requests that Brutus led the fight against Caesar's ambitious plans. He uses Brutus's character, patriotism, and ancestry to his advantage. He starts the plot by asking Brutus for his support. Through subtle flattery and verbal abuse of Caesar, Cassius finally gets Brutus to agree to a plan to free Rome from Caesar's autocracy. Caesar's refusal to accept the kingly crown is ironically described by Casca when he returns. Cassius exemplifies all of the prime conspirators' characteristics. We have already seen that the tribunes Flavius and Marulus, who are a part of Pompey's party, are afraid of Caesar's growing power, reprimand the people severely, and chase them home. They do not have any sympathy for Caesar because they don't want Julius Caesar to be honored in any way. They chase them off the street. However, Caesar's appearance close to Flavius's words confirms rather than disproves the two tribunes' fears in the scene. Shakespeare creates the atmosphere of an oriental court with adoring flatterers and clinging attendants with masterful economy. Caesarism, a dictatorship based on popular favor, and aristocratic republicanism will be seen to be in conflict with one another. Caesarism's personal enviousness and selfless devotion to republican ideals have remained constant adversaries in Cassius and Brutus. Caesar who is already the monarch in all but name, is overthrown when Cassius takes the initiative to devise a plan. Before we begin to study further, you are required to compile a list of some of the inferences that could be made from this particular scene. Number one, it is clear that Caesar has assumed a dictatorial position. He appears to be all knowing in addition to being all powerful. It lends credence to the conspiracy's existence. The main players in the conspiracy, as well as their motivations and methods, are detailed. It is clear, number three, it is clear from the beginning what Cassius and Brutus are attempting to accomplish, the formation of the conspiracy. Number four, Caesar's offer of the crown makes the conflict that is to come real and 100% true. Well, now let's move to the explanation of the text. Let me write here the word that should be real and true. Well, now let's go to the explanation of the scene. Well, Brutus, what he says, Brutus. Well, students, we are proceeding further to what we have studied previously. Well, so Brutus, I will do so, but look you, Cassius, the angry spot doth glow on Caesar's brow, and all the rest look like a shidden trade. Calpurnia's cheek is pale, and Cicero looks with much ferret and such fiery eyes, as we have seen him in the Capitol, being crossed in conference by some senators. Right. Shall we take the first three lines? Brutus, I will do so, but look you, Cassius, the angry spot doth glow on Caesar's brow, and all the rest look like a chidden train. Well, first, what we always do, that is the meanings. Angry spot means red flush of anger. Here, we see that a few graphic touches. Shakespeare places the group before our eyes, individually and collectively. Then the next word, that is chidden train. Chidden means scolded. Chidden train, rebuked party, rebuked followers. Brutus means to say that each member of Caesar's train looks as though he has just severely scolded, just been severely scolded. Right. Shall we take the lines? Brutus, what he says? I will do so, but look you, Cassius, the angry spot doth glow on Caesar's brow, and all the rest look like a chidden train. Brutus says, what he says, I will do so, but see, Cassius, there is a flush of anger over Caesar's brow, and all the others appear to have been well scolded. Once again, let us see what he says. He says, I will do so. Brutus speaks to Cassius, but mark, Cassius, Brutus says, the flushed appearance of Caesar, it seems that something has ruffled his temper, in consequence of which the rest of retinue following him covering like so many frightened children. Shall we proceed? Brutus. Brutus further continues. Calpurnia's cheek is pale, and Cicero looks with such ferret and such fiery eyes, as we have seen him in the Capitol, being crossed in conference by some senators. Well, first let us see the meanings. Ferret means red. Such ferret and such fiery eyes means such angry and fiery eyes like those of a ferret. There is a suggestion of suggestion. Let me correct the word. Here it should be suggestion. Well, so suggestion of what? Like those of a ferret. There is a suggestion of spiteful anger. Shakespeare's imagination vividly humanizes a scene for which there is no classical authority. Well, students, you all must note here one thing. The unconscious alliteration heightens the effect of the picture. The ferret's eyes are small and red. The animal belongs to the weasel family. Well, in the capital, let's continue with the meanings. In the capital means here Shakespeare is, what we think is making a mistake. The Senate used to meet in the Curia Pompeiana, where Caesar's assassination took place. Where crossed, the word crossed means contradicted, thwarted, opposed, contradicted, and opposed in debate. This picture of Cicero has no classical authority. But Shakespeare has, with the insight of a genius, fixed upon Cicero the character by which he will always be regarded. Right. Shall we take the four lines together? Well, Calpurnia's cheek is pale, and Cicero looks with such ferret and such fiery eyes, as we have seen him in the Capitol, being crossed in conference by some senators. Well, what Brutus says, let's understand. Brutus says Calpurnia's face is pale, and Cicero's eyes looked red like a ferret's, as we have seen him to possess in the Senate when he is contradicted by some senators. By whom? By some senators. Let's take it once more. What Brutus says? He says, Calpurnia looks pale and Cicero's eyes are glowing like fire, like the eyes of a polecat. Such eyes as we have seen him wearing when opposed in debate in the Senate. Shall we proceed? Well, Cassius replies to Brutus. What he says? Well, Casca will tell us what the matter is. Means Cassius says, Casca will tell us what has happened. Casca will tell us what the matter is. Caesar, well, let's see the other part. What's happening in the other part of the story? Caesar, Antonius, Caesar calls out Antony. Antony. Caesar, Antony replies to Caesar. He says, Yes, Caesar. Caesar, let me have men about me. Julius Caesar speaks to Antony. Let me have men about me that are fat, sleek headed men, and such as sleep o' nights. Yon Cassius has a lean and hungry look. He thinks too much. Such men are dangerous. Let us take the meanings. Sleek headed means smooth combed man with smooth, glossy, unwrinkled face. Students, you have to note something here. Caesar makes the remark sleek headed for Cassius. Plutarch says, what Plutarch says? He says Caesar had Cassius in jealousy and suspected him much. Whereupon he said on a time to his friends, What will Cassius do? Think ye, I like not his pale looks. Another time, when Caesar's friend complained unto him of Antonius and Dolabella, that they apprehended some mischief towards him, he answered them, As for those fat men and smooth combed heads, I never reckon of them. But those pole visaged and carrion bane people, I fear them most, meaning Brutus and who? Cassius. O nights, what does it mean? Means at night. Okay. Sleep o nights means sleep at nights. Okay. Lead. What is the meaning? Well, students, I hope you all are writing down the meanings. I've already told you, and once more, let me remind you that you should go on writing the meanings of the lines or the words on the textbook itself. Lean means sharp featured. Hungry means keen. Well, lean and hungry look means thin and of suspicious nature. Right. Let us take the lines said by Caesar. Caesar, let me have men about me that are fat, sleek headed men, and such as sleep o' nights. Means Caesar says, what he says, I like to have fat men round me, men with heads smoothly combed and who sleep at night. Caesar says, once again, let me have about me fat and well groomed men who enjoy sound sleep at night. Next, shall we proceed, students? Well, look at your textbook. Julius Caesar says. What he says? Caesar. Beyond Cassius, Caesar speaks to whom? Caesar speaks to Antony. Beyond Cassius has a lean and hungry look. He thinks too much. Such men are dangerous. Well, what Caesar says, let us see. Caesar says, yonder stands Cassius, lean and hungry looking. He is given to too much brooding. Such men are up to anything and should be avoided. Again, shall we see what Caesar says? He says that Cassius looks lean and hungry. He is given to too much thinking, and men like him are dangerous. Shall we take the four lines together spoken by Julius Caesar? What he says? Caesar says, let me have men about me that are fat, sleek-headed men, and such as sleep o' nights. Yond Cassius has a clean and hungry look. He thinks too much. Such men are dangerous. So, what Caesar says? Caesar says, I like to have fat men around me, men with smoothly combed and who sleep at night. That Cassius looks lean and hungry. He is given to too much thinking, and men like him are dangerous. Well, once again, shall we see? Julius Caesar says, what he says? Let me have about me fat and well groomed men who enjoy sleep at night. Yonder stands Cassius, lean and hungry looking. He is given to too much brooding. Such men are up to anything and should be avoided. Okay, students, shall we proceed? Antony. Fear him not, Caesar. He is not dangerous. He is a noble Roman and well given. Antony says, let's see the meanings. Given means disposed. Well given means well disposed, that is, of an excellent disposition. Students, note here, Cassius has a truer measure of Antony's character than Antony has of Cassius's. Can you see the difference here? Caesar's estimate of Cassius in the lines ahead shows his insight into human nature. You must observe how Caesar's estimate is illustrated in the play. Well, Antony, let's see what Antony says. Antony says, fear him not, Caesar. He is not dangerous. He is a noble Roman and well given. Okay. Means Antony says, do not fear him. It should be him. Well, let me correct it. So Antony says, do not fear him, Caesar. There is no danger in him. He is a noble Roman of an excellent disposition. Once again, let's see what Antony says. Antony says, fear him not, Caesar. He is not dangerous. He is a noble Roman and well disposed. Well, the students, we have completed line number 182 to 197 of Act 1. It should be of Act 1, Scene 2 of Julius Caesar. Well, please allow me to remind you all once more that you should always have a pencil and the book or the text in your hand while you are listening to my explanation. You should continue writing the meanings or significance of the words we will cross while the explanation continues. If you miss anything, I would suggest going back through the audio and repeating it to make the play easier to understand. In the subsequent video, I will continue with the next lines. To be notified when the next episode airs, I recommend that you subscribe to my channel and click the like and bell buttons. Thank you all. Take care.